Hello. I'm going to take profit about recording one video. As I have said many times, I have been mm, deported or with one safe conduct from Canada, in concrete from Montreal, Quebec. And I'm going to explain what happened since I arrived there. Uh, I went from Canada after doing my journey or living, having worked in Spain in different positions, from hostelry, from educational projects related with, at the beginning, with parapsychology in one academy. After we transitioned into clinical hypnosis, hypnotherapy, where I was the secretary of the organization, the CEO related to technologies and learning all about the informatics by my own and streaming, all that kind of production as magazines, professionals and all that stuff. Later with other disciplines, I have been jumping in different kind of fields. Instead, I started with business management, studying it. I stopped it just when was the changing of currency in Europe. I had my own convictions about that. About what was going to bring in a middle short term. As I was going to explain where it happened in Canada, I arrived to Canada. I was with one PVT, and that is one temporary permit to work and travel through Canada, because I didn't want to activate the refugee process. I got involved with different social platforms, and I have been very empathic always, or very sensible to needs of other people, and not sharing my own perception about where I came from, who I am, or my spiritual convictions. When I was there, I catch the attention, and that bring me a lot of problems. Um, since the person more interested with me, or what I was thinking about, he had his own uh, intentions, or his own interest from long ago. And I might that I got in one convulsion of contracts that were going on, and as anecdotic experience, I can say that that person got in stress as soon he knew that I was wanting to reach to meet Celine Dion, Britney Spears, people that is attached to culture, and I started to play with that idea in a creative way. What it happens is that I got aggressed, and same connections that that person had, that was very worried about the house of cards and hiding one connection of federal investigations that got blocked by those net of interest that he created during more than 25 years at that time. Now should be like more than 30. And during my time that I was trying to defend myself, I find out that every time I got blocked by that connections that I met face to face, there are parties, private ones. He managed and he enveloped using different references that are considered strategical for that place. Why not involving or giving the aspect that he has control under international entities that is not, but is some that expectation is something that individual plays and the people that is around him. The expectation of the money of the influence is something that he knew how to control or manage very well, and that links are international. Yes, at one point, yes. Um, when I put my complaint in December of 2017, close to 1 month later, thinking what I was going to decide, I reached the emergency service of the consulate of Spain, and after meet the consul, I explained that my decision to not to come back to Spain is because I was actually in risk at the time, and between the different information that was managed is that other people under my situation they end badly. Some of them suffocated in the river, or other them directly disappeared. And as I suppose, being in the way that I am, the way that I am, I don't feel that is acceptable. All those mothers that they have their kids going to a different place searching for a new future is not legit. That get involved in that sort of ends without that those expectation to access to good jobs or better quality of life. So my journey got blocked at the time, and I was trying to defend my cause. Meanwhile, I had to activate the refugee process. During the refugee process, I had many lawyers, private, public, when I didn't get funds, being eligible for those services, and getting involved with one fake marriage because that person didn't give the documentation on time. I don't get how they accept that, and I didn't thought that that was possible. In fact, the only person that put the documentation to really proceed in a very concrete legal way was me, not the other person. And the other person, I didn't got to figure out that he was having his debts with that mercenary system. Or I'm going to switch into that link of connections that are done by, under interest, in which the police or other departments are playing like tools, not to could act freely. That's the point. After no, June, July, because all those phone calls that I have been doing to immigration service that I think they storage, I told them that I was representing by my own, and they they tried to put me before in the psychiatric department to follow one treatment that I was not needing, and they were trying to argue to the consumption of weed that is legal in Canada. But anyway, I think that the Sûreté of Quebec, I was living just in front, they know very well which sort of activities are going on, because it's one place that is very hot in the individuals that are living around. And I have to say that I got on the street because the person that kicked me out from the place that I was paying, he was not interested about preserve the property or the property that he was renting to another person. Meanwhile, was going to be produced one fire in the building that was just aside in the street Falardeau, just close to Rue d'Orient, the corner where I was living in, and to kick me out because I was pointing to be aware, and I was having one change in my conduct that he noticed like a risk or danger for his way of living. Um, because envy, more of those is envy, and to catch the attention. And he was not declaring that he was renting that place. I have to say everything. Um, I got in one situation in which losing my job. Everybody knows that I work for a part of that field. I was in as essential worker for your pharmacy industry, where I saw things that I'm not going to talk right now. In your transport of values, in logistic department, where everybody knows that I was pointing and acknowledging. Meanwhile, I was trying to face there one harassment complaint um, that one person was going to commit suicide. I knew, and the management preferred not to take action until that person commit that suicide, not letting me to talk and give my statements to the police of Montreal, and switching to another public work, blue collar, federal blue collar, provincial, to Parc Grand Drapeau, where are the old Expo 67, where are the project of the United Nations, and I uh, provide other projects, uh, cultural, to do one better adherence of the projects of inclusion with the francisation through theater, and others like energetic to create a way of producing a sustainability way energy for the city, and others that were related to nature and preservation of the different species, to not to get in conflict with the different activities that are more market and related to the different events that they celebrate there. I lost my job to avoid to get arrest. I know that the um, human resources there, they were not playing nice with me. That they pointed that I was the most efficient worker, and many personnel, they pointed that I was giving good projects, that I was not going to take consideration or profit about them. I think that was something needed or could be positive, same way that I was working with the food banks, how to give a return to the society for that exercise they are paying through their inflation and taxes, how is considered the market, always involving with the different associations of people that is vulnerable for first taking position as user. Um, when I got on the street, I observed that the person that was giving me one chance to change into cultural activities again as actor and model, no, as model, because as actor I was working by my own with one offer to obtain my green card, in United States through Peace and Model Talent. I'm going to recatch as soon as I have access to my Google account. And I got installed all my computer with the different information that was there. That kind of stole activities or people that steal you at that moment was not casual. Same way that my iPhone Pro Plus 15, my Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus, and my iPhone 12, my Lego mobile, like my Zeta TE A54. And I knew my, my IDs, the brown paper that are assigned to the people that are refugee seekers. My work permit is not completely lost because I have all those documents in other storage. I have a lot of belongs in one locker room. I have other lot of belongs in one address where is another sexual predator that tried to aggress me in different ways. And in the second time that the policial resources are used to protect that ingerence, that not proper working of the syndicates inside the companies because they need to do their restructuration and degrade the laboral rights. That was going on in Garda World, and this that was going on and at Parc Jean Drapeau. That immigrants is something they can move. Um, I'm not going to say that it's sad how has been evolving the situation. Instead, my journey or my obligations has been cut because everybody knew, or as I have been told, always I can envelop any kind of activity, production, or intellectual work that I have wanted or I have feel interested with. Always putting a lot of passion on it. Uh, and I love to generate projects, to give them away or participate like a relationship, and when it gets very incompatibility, leaving them. Like I did first with the Association of Professional of Hypnotherapists in Spain, that I saw that was not going well, and there was a fight between the academic field that they were trying to take credit about all the job that we did close of 8 years, and part of the management was not efficient to protect it. So I prefer to leave it momentaneously, and they did regular actions to put me out. So, like the immigration system, that they prefer not to be responsible about the different ingerences that were in my immigration, to not to get in conflict between the different institutions that I were playing in. I'm going to point to the end of this experience with Canada, where I would love that they recognize or they take responsibility in my different complaints, criminal and laboral, and bring me back my stuff. I don't have why to buy constantly belongs or be losing in profit of people that they want to project that they are aware or something, or they have knowledge. Actually, I got completely exhausted about your Francmasonic associations and all those stuff with frauds that are very into that sort of people that project to be very respectable, and they use until the different kind of social needs as something retributable and use them against the same movement, like Black Lives Matters, like the people that is transgender or the people that is non-binary, and probably only focusing on the autochthones, that they don't have that sort of problems with the different expressions is the reason why it's not needed to give more more profit. The only thing that should be more considered is to give the worth or consider always in equal situation women as men. The only thing that we always put on the table until that quality is not produced, we cannot consider more and introduce new expressions. I think, or I have felt always that has been done, should be done by intelligence and artificial intelligences. Yes, because as everybody knows, the psychological or psychic part of one mind is more complex than we usually use in common way expressed. Immigration knew that I was having a different spiritual background that was not compatible with the place where I came from, and I explained them that the rituals or the way that I was perceiving spirituality is not exactly registered in any kind of religion. And they know it because it's recorded, the transcription. And by the meantime, I have to say that how the reality or the authorities were linked to that iconography is not exactly matched or accurate. Every person has their way of living and know where it came from, where it is right now, and where pretend to go. In my case, I was looking for. I know that it sounds very bad use, love, and instead people think that you have to project always love and cordiality as the same way that you receive. You have to be responsible to proceed and give exactly the same way. Is it possible, more than possible, that I have another interest related to multiplanetary um, belongs or where we came all together in a matter of existence. And I think that getting that is not appropriate because I was talking about Canada. So recatching about the last complaints, they were not accepting and seeing that what was going on in Montreal is that being truly or honest or pointing or saying as the way that I was experienced, they were having some complex transformation of the people of the street and people that they were acting towards interest, they start to get more reactive. And they start to observe that probably the way that I was projecting, I was something valuable for them. Many people that know me and they project the ID, the identity that they wanted on me, they start to feel bad because they were not able to help me later. And the unrespect on Jews is more than notable, attending to the operatives where they have to send to you anytime that you are found or you are in need, of course, health. And they don't respect to send you to your hospital reference to be attended. In my case, has been the Jewish hospital where I got attended the day of my birthday, the 9th of June, after being aggressive in front of the police station number 22, not being receiving support. And the police was sent to the urgency of the hospital. I know that I refused to meet next day with the commissary of the police station number 10. And after being aware that access to that meeting was going to set one risk of die, not only me. I know that that was going to be one point of inflection that was going to bring me more problems that solve the actual situation in which I'm demanding lawyers or funds that I should not need because I was saving a lot of money and there is people that it is in debt with me. Yes, lawyers. I think that my immigration cause or application has been the most expensive for the country, in which I have paid more than the rest of the people. But in any case, I want to recuperate the basic. I don't think that I should be fighting for my underwear or the gifts that were given to me by Temu, because I was doing publicity for free. When I'm convinced about one initiative for the generosity of the Chinese people in Montreal that they are not considered, and I respect them any kind of culture very or their work or their implication very deep. I know that other people they were recording me doing my rituals with the light of the sun, with the light of the moon, and other sort of rituals related to water, the autochthones. They left me at Montreal one pot of water, just where was the cemetery, the original one of them, and it was something that they perceived when changes of energy. Anyway, as I was pointing about the legal aspect, I get some fun when I read the statements of Madame Doré that Bruno was not giving them face and talking to the wall is because when people they are very having some fun playing with their authority without being responsible about the different aspects that take the humanitarian process that hold their ethical sustainability of their jobs is something that I don't have why to look at their faces and give satisfaction when they see one person struggling to defend, and I don't have why to cry in front of people that they are being border lines. Is one kind of narcissistic attitude, borderline, yeah. And I don't care that they were pushing all the time the authority because I have problems about that. But I have one bone that move. I don't care. And same way that they were refusing to me to give me my treatments, that one doctor acknowledged that were more than my right, and they were not accepting that one psychiatrist did evaluation during months and told, we agreed that psychological follow-up was the prescription, and with all those stole devices and the nightmare of situations that I have to confront. Um, uh, it was not easy to attend the different stress that I was passing through. I was doing meditation that everybody saw me, that I was in one tree in front of the kids. Why not? The kids, they got very respectful and they know when someone is having intentions or not, if they are not being conditioned. As I was explaining, Madame Doré, they were telling me since the beginning that they were going to kick me out, and the attitude was not respectful. They were threatening. Is something that they later try to play against you because you talk to them in the same way, and this is something that they cannot hold. Same way that the same guarda walls operatives they have in the retention unit of Saint Francois that they were not respecting neither the job, neither the people that they were working with, and or if not, they taking spiritual religious concept when one religion exists and the rest of the people fuck up. Same thing that the sexual aggressors that I met, your criminals or non-ethic people that you have completely around is something that they feel very comfortable. They only see themselves, and the rest of the people is something that is something to margin or something to push or destroy. Um, Apart the ingerences that has in other people that they don't care. And I don't think that that sort of individuals should be free to be working or traveling around the world and enjoying um, other places, trying to show nice and doing, trying to do um, sexual tourism. I know that by the comments or the feedback, people in Spain, we are very hateful, very hateful. Yeah, I know. We are a lot of time in underwear in the beaches, in the beach, and stuff like that. Well, some sort of comments that, well, I prefer to keep it simple. That is very complex what I'm talking about. And probably the expectation that I was having contact with other people that are referral right now in the government of United States, because I think that their project is more than necessary, and that I was trying to put good emotion in the different political campaigns to create one link, avoiding to mention what has been pointed during the campaigns about the abuse in natural resources and the consequence that it has in the sustainability, because that gets in another other topic that I talk or I mentioned that I was not going to get in. I don't have problems with the different yeah, social communities that are around Montreal, and I would love to recuperate what is mine and what I have worked with. And I don't care if Canada can float one ship and send me in one container all my belongings. Should be the most responsible, and not to have to face one auction of my garbage. I know that I have received the comment that I'm very miserable because I'm not a consumist. I'm a person that is into recycling and probably giving more uses to the same stuff that I have been used instead destroyed. But it's one way of attitude that is not very accepted neither in Montreal or Quebec or Ping Pong Canada. Yes, I did one video that was called Ping Pong Canada, explaining how was my process trying to defend and how the administration is playing that game. The federals, because they are catched, how is the actions of Quebec and allowing how Quebec and their crown prosecutor teams commit offense to the crown in the way they represent the authority, and they play it with the bureaucracy, the judiciaire and the notifications and all that sort of tricks they try to do. Instead, they were finding that was not easy with me, because I was appearing in the court when it was supposed that I was not going to be notified, but I was listed and I was neither in the list. It's like, well, this. And that means that you have Crown prosecutors team that they have not been followed the own guidelines of the statements or the code basis that holds your judicial system. Something that only happens in Ping Pong Canada. Why you choose one Quebecois and another Quebecois to rule the country or to represent it? I don't give credit. So if you want something more neutral, I'm not saying that polyester is the other solution, but if you wanted somebody very implicated in the people, you have Catherine Dorion. And she was pointing that that was a completely joke. But okay, I'm not going to talk about people that nobody remember in Canada. Um, I'm going to try to do one brief. I know that my retirement program and my taxes I should be complained. The sexual aggressors, or I would not like to give the credit or the rights from that work of photography. Instead, that person tried to amuse. That is the most respectable, more recognizable person that only wanted to try to fuck me, and was the reason of the illness and death of one familiar of me, Pane, because that family name exists from Argentina also. Pane. Ben, pan, dirà, bene, bien, good. Pane, manger. Connection to the natural world. Dirà, speak, talk. And I think that the psychiatrist of your refugee department or detention, he freaked out as soon I told or expressed again, because I stopped to insist. I know that the rest of my siblings, they don't have the same perception about me or the same perception like me. I had always the trauma of the loss of my twin, because we were two Geminis. And I know that is one practice that was done during the pregnancy of my mother, because he survived to one anticonceptive procedure, and something was done. And one baby that cannot move around the. I'm not going to share that because I did it with my mother. That is the person that he has acknowledged that that was true and confirmed by some doctors of the institution that they were playing on it. And the changing of assigned sex in the what is called the blind process of the pregnancy, and I don't have no sort of sign of dysmorphia that could point that happen only in a structural measure of the bones, or maybe cause the different design of my kidneys that has some anomaly, or difference, better say, or my lungs that they were checking all the time, and the US of the immigration department acknowledged since the beginning that I was having more complexity in some organs. What was what was what was missionaries of Jesus Christ of the last times? No, bye. I want to shut down my phone. I don't like them. Bye. I don't like them because they are pointing with activities and dynamics how to be different from the rest of the people, and introducing it through games. I know that they are young people, but anyway, I prefer to observe only 5 minutes and say bye, because they are always taking the book, and I say, okay, I don't need this, or maybe this is not the time. As I was trying to recatch, stop it. Now messages. Yes, I was giving the personal information about how sexuality works and how I work, and I'm not the only one. It's true that Um, I don't feel comfortable about this situation because I cannot say I put everybody in a bottle from Quebec, neither from Montreal. I love Montreal. I like the people that is simple and take it simple. Um I know that they are crazy with the forms of the pyramids and sorry, which the different geometric patterns and the moment factory is like well, okay, it could be better, done better by the meantime, but anyway, all that resources they have is anecdotic because it has been done by the immigrants, non and Quebec was from autochthon people. They were having their own fights before arrived the people, always by the drama of wars and girls. And as I was saying, not all people there is that because they were feeling very frustrated as soon they were knowing about my experience there and feeling blocked with all that complexity that has been artificial created. And I I have I'm not going to give up on that people. I'm not going to give up on the people or the city because all those that are managing, you have to laugh about that, the managing, really is very sad people. All them. They cannot add nothing positive in their lives more than one cliche. Every time that I think about women that were related and managing that power there is like seeing one video clip of Pink like a stupid girls. Sorry, but my life has been always connected to the music and instead that's tricky because the songs and the art has always more than one meaning. That's what the people always perceive at first sight. But talking about everything that has happened is like destroy myself. I know because I have been always the perfect and the most city. Everything is perfect. Meanwhile, your mouth is closed. As soon as you start to talk, it's like I prefer not to hear this. The people they don't like to listen the truth, and the process to say the truth is something that you have to destroy yourself before saying something that could hurt another person, unless that you have some sort of I don't know retribution in psychological punishment or torture, as I heard when I was obeyed or motivated to see the Handmaid's Tale, and that person, as I shared with that person, I was knowing, and was one thing that not only touched to me, there's other people that they lose their family, and it's something that happened in wars, like dictators that they do, and um, always to create gardens. And I'm not going to explain what are the gardens and the zoo, because they have their circus parties in Montreal. That makes, I will explain someday, the circus parties. It's not only one record of that has repeated many people. It's not only Britney Spears. There is, I should not mention people that they have their own life, and I should do mine. And I stop to be thinking in the clouds all the time. And well, the clouds could be read. I feel that when I have experienced situations that only in manga, anime, and I say okay, but nobody look at the light the same way as me, and I should be traveling to new territories at 2020, as I told, but I will reach some point because everybody wants stability and progression, and know about more other kinds of intelligences. As I was saying, I would like to recuperate my belongs with all the stuff that you have steal from me. At this point, they know about why I was searching about archaeology, referrals, and trying to remember things that are supposed in the creativity aspect of the people. Meanwhile, I don't have why to explain attending to that why I have memories that doesn't match with the random story. I'm not going to talk about Govelti, Pepe, this, or Golan, anyway, or Mexico. I should be in Mexico, I knew it also, but um, that competition about walking in enlightenment has other ways of way to catch it. I would prefer to not to be constricted or feeling bad about the actual situation when I have not done nothing wrong to no one, and maybe by saying the truth and trying to defend myself I can be considered like a danger for the country, not for the interest and the dangers that they have created, in which immigrants are very deeply involved as victims. But anyway, um, I hope that saying this true is not going to give the opportunity to continue creating stories to defend, because they create argumentaries and counter-argumentaries, and they are masters of that because they have been doing that through the media, the usual media, constantly. And now we decide in tweets and YouTube or not to be. um, about the movement of or the beliefs of other people about Christianity is something that I have not always taken well, because that brings me to some sort of remembrance of suffering and stress. Always that I became is always with the stress. It's like a run, and when you finish, you have another run to do. Um, Many people they express through art, but they have not experienced it because, as I have always pointed in art, we are touching again and again and again and again the same concepts, always changing a little bit the way that people perceive it through different scenarios, different technologies, different effects, but always pointing to the same principles, and always hidden by drama, 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 drama. And drama is something only nice to play with when it's positive. It's boring when it's always destructive. Instead, the destruction has to be played also. But I'm not going to talk now about India. It's very visible that the oscillation Arapa, sorry, Giropa. Um, you don't need to open the eyes if you want, but um, all this not trusting has made me to do it everything by my own, and I would love at one point to trust in other more um, spiritual groups that exist around the world. And well, I want to stop it because I was talking about immigration. I would like to fix that, not to have no offense against the country because I have not done nothing. They should be more responsible about the different communications that I did. And the people that are lawyers that know that they are not defending the interest of their clients, they should stop and search another job. And the people that they want to work like social workers, they should know their functions are their capabilities, and not to send you anytime that they don't know, because they don't know. Never, they don't know. They don't know. They don't know. It's like, can you go to the psychiatrist or stop with that imposition about the suicide? thought, because people that is not thinking about commit suicide, why you insist like, are you not thinking seriously about commit suicide? It's like, no. But are you sure? Why not? It's like, no. Or people that, I'm going to commit suicide with you. I'm going to go. No, you're going to go first and let me. No, no. I have enough with your mind ways, like commit rituals, killing animals for free and for pleasure, and thinking that I'm going to suck blood. Is like, what the fuck? Right. Green Island. And you should stop to kill people with fentanyl. I think that I was the first one that survived to that, and they were saying, what the fuck? Well, I have accidents, and the accidents, sometimes I have to receive that. I have to recognize that I'm not alone. There is other people that is spiritual, and they print or they press the needs that I have to solve some situations in which my life is in risk. I'm not going to play that eternally, because I should regard and have my real goals to set one family, to have kids, to not to be part of one experiment, uh, and I'm not being considered by your people in your hospitals like you are a good specimen. No, because you have a very, very strong snake inside. They want to see my snake, but no, I don't give a fuck. And they know and say, how is possible? I say, because I stop to stress and I decide when. Yeah. Climate change. We could talk about that, about the system of fraction and energies that I put in a briefing because it was for my mother in one YouTube video. Probably I should get close to those people that they were offering me indirectly opportunities, is reaching the point, and find the way that I can be useful, because I know that doing every time everything for free is not worth it neither. If you are giving all the time, approach to you people that is in need, and they can try to share, but close to them there is people that they don't like to share, and it's always taking from the people that is in need, the people that is giving, and at one point they multiplied and they became in something that is at the end one danger or one problem that is not more sustainable for the people that is giving and the people that is sharing, because it's always people that always taking, and the key to show myself as I am was to play that card that there is one kind of narcissism that is the creative one, and is the people that use the people in that is in balance and is in arts, and the work there, that is something that I have not played or I have paid attention, because at the same point exercise a lot of work. The people that is good or they are committed to their job exercise a lot of emotion, and exposed to have a lot of people that is interested with that devotion, and that devotion that I don't like neither, because people try to project you always the path, and you have to take it until you say mirror, mirror, and I'm not going to take the things that are not mine. This one phrase that I have in one of my agendas, and I have played that because I was wanting really to be free, because here in Spain you are not. Instead, the people think that, but it's like Spain is the girlfriend that everybody wants to have, attending to a store in international relations, and I'm not going to accept that expectation that is giving the same people that works in the consulates of Canada that better you have to go to France. No, I'm not going to play like Juana la Loca in Austria movements and explain what happened with the flamingo and crowns. Yeah, Game of Thrones. The structure of the intellectual spirituality defense army, um, that triangle that always triangle, triangle here, triangle that always go in different system of pairs, mirror symmetries, and how was structured there. It's not worth it when the spirituality has been dropped down in such a manner way. And I'm not a stupid that is writing on the sand. Instead, the sand is, well, this, I should not take comments because how you that? Yeah, but anyway, I know that you have in Sofitel another holy shit, holy shit, plasma blood altogether through the skin to play with. Um, um, all that respectability that could have that interrelations. Well, I think that I instead being enclosed in myself, at one point I should put better face and try to get in my spiritual side that I put apart, showing or seeing the different ways of argue the fanatism and how the people expect that how you have to be, and letting them being unresponsible and how they act with you, or they expect always that you are always going to forgive, and as the emotion that can be human also. If you don't make me good, don't feel bad if I close that door and continue my way. Yeah, and it's going what is going on with Canada and the own psychiatrist when I talked with him. He got aware and he knew that all the historical clinic was modified, and he told me they are doing their best, and he knew that I gave up. And you have one tornado. And I know that it's not being nice, being seeing the consequences about this climate disaster that is going on in Spain, that I knew in advance that was going to happen, and I thought that I could do something with that, but it's something that is another chapter. Probably focusing on not feeling responsible about everything that is going to happen, and focusing on my spirituality and sharing with the correct people and in the small groups, because if not, you have water peace and you have meditations and you have another ways to explore your focus. The people that have or not have, and other people, they are not going to agree about how to recuperate the balance. And as I was pointing, maternity is something very important. I have to postpone to 2025 the possibility of having father. I'm not still taking decision because the person that I always wanted, or I put in my mind that someday that I have to respect that the other part has not right to want, and accept that in these games or play or interaction that is happening, I should learn to not to in that aspect, love only one person is something that has been always one conflict, caused my own dramas, because was one exercise at the beginning of my emotional. I know that people they say no, you have to stick with only one person, but it's not true, and I don't have that experience. I have not known everything, so I'm going to give one rating to everybody. I'm not going to use wigs that give me problems and it's bad for um, the inflammatory processes, exclamations, and I'm going to come back to my exercises to lose my facial expressions and get more junk that you can do. That I like to hold, and that people that thinks that losing the young point of your cycle is something that is going to put you apart. Well, the real love, as Agatha Christie told or phrase, as there is people that as more older gets, more interesting for me get also, because they don't lose the inner child. That is very difficult. Many people they don't have inner child, and it's something that is very shocking for them, or for those that they try to show like tolerant or inclusive. They are not really, and it's something that has to face many people by their own. So I would like to have clues of people that can support me in that process, that at one point is going to get more into bureaucracy and the deals between lawyers that I have always refused because I cannot trust mostly in nobody. Not mention people that later has to erase their communications, like how you mention my name. I'm sorry, but find a way to find small groups and other places. And not being a charge problem. My mother should be retired. The good thing is that I'm going to be able to say goodbye to my grandfather that is 94, and I was crying thinking that I was not going to see him again, and we are enjoying good time because he is aware that I remember any kind of detail when since my childhood, something that shocked him. And now he's more happy. Instead, he thinks that I'm too above that. But he's having peace. And the way that I express with him and acknowledge how people that is around us is like, and there's people that has good heart. Instead, I usually shut up and not say when I think about other people or I miss them because I thought I'm thinking about them, and people that pass away. That has been a good reference in my life. I don't have why to express to everybody. I'm missing, I'm thinking, no, I do it and I do my things. And it's not going to one church one day that you remember that day for the rest of the community or the city or no. No. Instead it becomes in one list like Arya Stark. Remember the good and the bad people. And the bad people, well, they pretend to exist forever. They provide only some sort of richness. I don't agree really with the monarchy constitution from here because if the story is told, I think Morocco has more idea. They have to eat frogs. Yes, they have to eat frogs. Yeah, the people. And lizards. I saw one fountain in one Instagram post. Like my mask of gold tears. I don't think that all my shit that I have done with my fingers and all that should belong to people that has to be aggressive in many ways and is in one address that is registered actually at the consulate of Spain. Instead, the bureaucracy didn't put well the postal code, and I told them this is bad. No, they keep it because bureaucrats. We need digital services and more artificial intelligences to not to destroy work, to teach the people how to adapt and be more responsible at the same time that caring what they do and with other people and not be stressed with the management because the human side meanwhile we think we have always been lost but I'm going to stop to be so reflexive because I have family instead many of them they don't want to talk to me because they don't like when I say the truth like can you stop and the other is like I say God it's like love me hate me I thought that I was going to stop with that. I can buy some flowers. No. You have how many Ezekiels will exist? Existed. No, I should relax a little bit. I have a very stressed experience since I born, and they took something that was additional or something that was making me perceive in a different way. Um, that we can enclose in creativity because after being in Iris project checking and Iris I mean is something one resource that is scientific where they share studies and investigations and blah 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 and the European Academy community instead they knew because I appear and disappear well it's not that and I would like to have access to my VR and all that stuff that is there in Montreal that I don't have way to pay. I know that there are better models, but I like the old devices too. I love my Samsung Galaxy S2 that I cannot put again on track because the battery, the people take your computers and they lose your passwords. They leave the batteries inside. When I recuperate my money, maybe I'm going to buy the same models or the pieces. I don't give a fuck. Well, maybe I should explore to buy new stuff and let recycle the old one. Why not? When I miss them, well, a lot of kisses or hugs or amen. Wait, a little laugh. Brothers. Well, lot of namaste, and thank you, and I want to upload this. Hi.